Gaurav Tiwari, a name that echoes through the annals of paranormal investigation in India. He was the man who stared into the abyss and didn't flinch. Hundreds of haunted homes, dolls with soulless eyes, cursed temples whispering forgotten rites, he faced them all. He was fearless, a modern-day ghost hunter who had never ever refused a case. Until he got the call from House 309. It came late one evening, the voice on the other end trembling, barely a whisper. "Someone is walking in my house at night," a woman said, "but I live alone." That was all it took. Gaurav packed his gear, the essentials for any serious investigator: an EMF meter to detect electromagnetic fields, a thermal camera to spot temperature anomalies, and an EVP recorder, his most trusted tool, to capture the voices of the unseen. When he arrived, House 309 looked deceptively normal, a simple suburban home, curtains drawn, a lone porch light flickering against the encroaching darkness. But the moment he stepped inside, the air changed. It became thick, heavy, as if the very walls were breathing against his skin. He set up his equipment, his senses on high alert. The owner of the house, a woman whose face was pale with fear, watched him with wide, pleading eyes. The hours ticked by in suffocating silence. Then, at precisely 2:13 a.m., the silence broke. His EVP recorder, which had been recording nothing but static, captured the first clear whisper. It was a cold, raspy sound that seemed to crawl out of the speaker. "Go back." Almost immediately, the temperature plummeted. Gaurav watched his breath turn to mist in the air. The needle on his EMF meter shot into the red, screaming a silent alarm. Then came the footsteps. They echoed from the floor above, slow and deliberate. Gaurav turned to the woman, his voice low. "Ma'am, I thought you lived alone." Her eyes welled with tears as she whispered back, "I do." But the footsteps didn't stop. They were slow, heavy, and undeniably getting closer, descending the stairs one agonizing step at a time. Gaurav raised his thermal camera, scanning the staircase, expecting to see a cold spot, a human-shaped anomaly. But there was nothing. The stairs were empty. Yet the sound persisted, growing louder, closer. His EVP recorder hissed to life again, this time with a possessive, guttural voice that chilled him to the bone. 309 is mine. Before Gaurav could even process the words, every light in the house blew out, plunging them into absolute, suffocating darkness. The owner's scream tore through the blackness, a raw sound of pure terror. In that fleeting moment of chaos, as his eyes struggled to adjust, he felt it. A cold, impossibly strong hand gripped his shoulder. It wasn't just cold. It was a bone-deep chill that felt like it was freezing him from the inside out. Then, as suddenly as they went out, the emergency lights flickered on. The hand was gone. The woman was cowering in the corner. Gaurav was alone in the middle of the room. He reached for his shoulder, his fingers brushing against his collarbone. When he pulled his hand away and looked in a nearby mirror, a dark, angry mark lay across his skin, as deep and black as a burn. For the first time in his long and storied career, Gaurav Tiwari was truly shaken. He gathered his equipment, his hands trembling slightly, and left House 309 without looking back. He had refused a case. He thought he was escaping, but he was wrong. He didn't know it then, but the darkness of House 309 hadn't stayed behind. It had followed him home. This was Gaurav Tiwari's final investigation. The events that followed are even more disturbing, a tragic story that has puzzled investigators and believers alike. The entity from House 309 didn't just haunt a building. It attached itself to him, leading to a series of terrifying events that culminated in his untimely and mysterious death. What truly happened to India's most famous paranormal investigator? Was it a malevolent spirit, or something else entirely? We'll delve deeper into the chilling conclusion of Gaurav's story in the next video. Make sure you're subscribed and have notifications turned on because you won't want to miss it. Thanks for watching.